Don't go out with anyone until you've done this one thing. So I started learning about relationships and human connections at the age of 9 years old. And throughout all of these years, I learned few lessons that are, at least to say, are shocking. And today I promise you that before you finish this video, you have a great idea about how to go out, with who you go out, how you can go out with anyone you want. And also I'm gonna give you a secret. The way I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna give you the story, I'm gonna give you the lessons, the crazy lessons that I've learned from me and others as well. And I'm gonna give you a secret of mine. So the first thing that I want to start here is that at a very young age, I was a very shy human being, okay? I was not extroverted as a kid. I was watching National Geographic all the time. In the time that I was not in school, I was not watching National Geographic. I was actually building something, whether it's a plane out of wood, or whether it's an elevator out of some ropes and stuff, or whether it's a room, an entire room in our garden. That's something that I always did at a very young age. So I was always used to this, but at the same time, I had this social life. It's like the double personality, okay? And I had this double life of me with 30 people in my neighborhood that we always go out. 30 people, we all gather. All of us are pretty much the same age. The big age difference is 5 years, okay? And we all meet and do the same things. Pretty much sometimes we do like a little bit of, we divide three groups, but most of the cases we are all in, okay? And even if we're not also doing the same thing, people are doing it and other half is watching. That's all we did. So the social connections that I have learned, and keep in mind, the people that I was in, the 30, a very good percentage, I would say like 70 to 80% of them come from very rich families, okay? Because the neighborhood that I was in when I was young was actually a pretty good neighborhood, all right? So people that was there were very rich. So for me, as not very rich kid, okay, I was always learning from them constantly. And also the craziest thing about them is their connections and how they deal with people. And also this comes to another thing, which is my siblings. I have a few siblings that all of them have great personal connections, right? One of them is great at emotional intelligence. One of them is good at networking, unlimited networking. Some of them is good with selective ignorance networking. It's some weird phenomena that I'm gonna all explain to you today. All right, the first thing I'm gonna start with is 3 years ago, I decided that I'm gonna go out there and start my brand, which is YT, okay? So I started my brand, and I knew that I cannot do it on my own because simply my competitions are not on their own. They have other people that are helping them, they have teammates, stuff like that. So I knew that I have to collaborate with other people. And that's why I went out there and I was always looking, I was for the lookout to see for potential partners, or I would say potential employees, okay? That's how I saw it. It's not partners, but it was some sort of partnership, okay? So I met this guy on additional classes, okay? So after I finished high school, passed the national exam, then I was doing some additional classes. They were free. People were doing it for $120 or stuff. I found the one for free. I was doing it, and I found this guy. You know what? He actually watched one of my videos, got like 1,000, and he was one of those thousands, which is pretty rare. I said, that's awesome. He was like, dude, I love your videos. It's awesome. Now that I remember you. At first he didn't. And it was, look, you know what? And he was like, I actually do make videos too. I was like, dude, that's awesome. What do you think about being part of my team? I have this plan, I have this plan, I have this plan. I'm working on this. I've worked on this strategy and doing this. Do you want to actually be with me? I was like, sure, dude, I'm all in. So I did that. I convinced also my middle brother to sort of help me with that, and we did that. So at our first shooting, we met with two other influencers that were big. I had like 1,000, 2,000 followers. One of them had, at the time, probably like 60 or 150,000. I don't actually recall it. And the other one had like 13,000, but also he had another YouTube, and he had like, at the point, I think it was 8 years of social media he was doing all the time, and he was doing weekly videos and stuff like that. I was like, okay, this is awesome. So I connected with him. It happened, and we were talking, and he was like, look, dude, here's what I want, and he was like, it's awesome, that's also what I want. And we had also similar visions. So we ended up with the conclusion that we have to meet next day in a coffee shop with another influencer. I was like, dude, this is awesome. Didn't meet any influencer, now I meet all of these, and that was awesome. So I met with him, and the reason why I'm telling you all of this, because I promise, it's all will make sense, is that specific connection that I've made is the highest ROI connection that I've made in my life so far. That it's not my family or anything. It gave me an absurd amount of ROI, because for me, I was with him and we sort of made a team with each other without being interconnected in one channel. So we made a sort of collaboration where I help him, he helped me. And the way we did it is that I'm going to film his video, he's going to film my video, and we also like help each other back and forth. And every video I film him, he has a video to film me, and also we go in the same place, we exchange videos all the time, okay? Which was awesome, because he also know what I was talking about and I knew what he was talking about. So it made an absurd amount, like it made crazy collaboration, which got us as a consequence to make one of the best videos for both of our career, I guess, at least in mine, okay? Like the video that we made together is now having 3 million views. It's my most viewed video in my life. I've uploaded hundreds of videos. That's my most viewed video up to date, and that's why I'm telling you that's the highest ROI connection that I've made in my life, because it was the right connection. One, he understood me, he believed in what I believe in, so it was not like I'm trying to convince him about what he does. The second thing is he was talented, so when he filmed me, I know he knows what are the rules of filming, how to film me. He already has an experience of filming the type of videos that I want. So it's not like wedding videos, okay? Wedding videos and vlogs or YouTube videos are completely different when it comes to filming. The rules are different, the way that you want it to look is different, and also the audience as a consequence or to begin with is obviously different, okay? He understood that, and we kind of like both understood each other, and we helped each other, and we did great. The reason why I'm telling you this is because that connection so far, I didn't connect with someone like the way I connected with him. We're still friends till this day, but I still didn't get a connection that gave me all of that ROI. And this leads me to another point, which is my business mentor and my older brother always speaks about one thing, and for some reason probably I just overlook, which is connections. He always talks about his friend, dude. His friends, and he talks about how his friends are great, and you have to choose your friends, etc., etc. And he always talks great about his friends. He loves his friends. I'm like, okay, I also love my friends, but it was not like the same, okay? And I didn't really understand this until I read that one line from The Art of the Deal by Donald Trump. In the book, Donald Trump book, he says, always talk good about the people around you, when they are around you and when they are not around you. And I don't know if he explained it, someone else explained it, or I just understood it that way, but to think how I think about it, and I do this all the time, right? Everyone around me is great. But the thing is that, one, it encouraged them to be great because they know that you will always talk good about them, so that's great. Also, great people will want to become your friends because they know they will get rewarded for being good friends. So most people don't get rewarded by being good friends. Just by saying that, oh, I have this guy who's my friend, it always gives me these great ideas. It's kind of a reward, okay? And it's awesome. Like, social validation is awesome. It also sometimes can lead to potential partners or opportunities, especially when we're talking about the biggest scale like Donald Trump. If he talks about a good friend of him, probably it might, like, if he is not known, probably his life will change, which is like the essence. But also, he's not like he started doing it now. He did it his entire career, like even when he was very small. Okay, so not very small, but let's say early on, okay? This is to make it clear. And the other thing is, you will make other people know that you love your connections, you love people around you. And this is also a leadership criteria, is that you love the people, you give them the credit, you don't take the credit. Also, if it comes something bad, if you take the credit, it's also like everyone knows this. But this characteristic, I've never seen it except for the people that I respect. They love the people around them, right? Because I'm pretty sure that they do not let anyone in their circle, right? Because here's what I'm gonna say. You see Steve Jobs, when he was in a conference talking about what is the role of a founder. And he actually started explaining, saying that the role of a founder is not what people think. It's actually just recruiting the right talent. And that's it. It's just finding the right talent that are smarter than you, better than you, and also just get them on your team. And you don't need 100, you just need 10 good people that are have specified knowledge, the best in their field, and have great knowledge about the latest of technologies. This shows you a lot about how he gives so much value to the people around him. And here, these are employees, okay? These are managers, employees, whatever are their positions in the company, but still he thinks of them as great people. And the same thing goes with, I'm pretty sure Netflix. Netflix just went on in their headquarters. I'm pretty sure the CEO said, I'm not here to have a family. I'm here to make a great team. Because they say, the explanation for this is, when you say we are a family, that means unconditional love. But when you say we are a team, that means it's healthy competition and we help each other to be great. It's always, look, it's awesome, just do it. Like, instead of saying, like, you give people entitlements as are your family, which means hypothetically it's unconditional love. Say that we are a great team, or make the great team, stuff like that, which helps them that you have to work each other to get the great results, to be actually great. So this is all awesome, but still, I know you don't comprehend. Okay, I'm gonna give you something crazier. All of this that I said might not be enough for you. One of the greatest books of all time is Think and Grow Rich. He made an entire chapter. And in fact, I think in all the book, I can say at least it's 2 or 3 chapters. He made all of that big, huge chapter about connections. And he calls it Mastermind Alliance. What is a Mastermind Alliance? Mastermind Alliance is basically having a group of people that all of you have specified knowledge, so you're great at something specific, and you help each other, so you give each other the knowledge that help you all grow faster. So as an example, I am alone, I have specified knowledge in X thing, okay? So I'll go with X speed. If someone has a specific knowledge and specified knowledge in Y, and he gives me the knowledge, I give him the knowledge, we both were gonna go in 2x speed, we're gonna double our speed. If it's 10 people, then it might be 10x or even 100x because it's 10 people, right? And also it's related to that quote, 1 plus 1 doesn't equal 2 in connections, it equals 11. The reason behind it is that the difference between one person, 2 people working on a project is absurd, especially if they have specified knowledge in 2 different stuff. So as an example, there is a company, one of them is working on the sales process, marketing, whatever, and the other person is working on the product delivery. This is 2 different sections. They can work great, but if both of them, one of them is great at marketing, one of them is great at, let's say, sales, yeah, sure, they're great, but if they're only 2, it's not the optimal connection. Okay, so this also makes a lot of sense, okay? And this is what you want to think. And look, don't be afraid of losing people, because this is something that I've learned. So 3 years ago, after I had that big moment, after with that guy, with the friend that I talked about earlier, there was something that happened that actually shocked me and I was not expecting at all. Which is, after that period, I had one video that goes viral. I sort of dropped out of college. And I was in a new area, we moved out. All of a sudden I had 0 friends, 0 social life, dude. It was horrible. It was horrible to the worst of extent. And that actually gave me, I'm not going to say only existential crisis, but I'm pretty sure some psychological effects, absolutely, that lasted with me very long, for at least 2 years. And I didn't know that because I always thought it's just part of me, that whatever. So that thing happened for about 6 months. I didn't know anything. I didn't connect with anyone until I was like, dude, I might have bipolar disorder. I have to, get my shit together. So I started working, fixing all of this stuff, doing to-do lists. I made, I have to make friends. So I went there, made some connections, got back on track, etc. But the problem is that the next year when I was in college, nursing college, I was afraid to lose people by just simply saying my opinions. I was afraid to say my opinion, so other people would be like, dude, what? I'm just gonna leave you for that. And I go back to the point that I was in. So it's, people call it PTSD, whatever. I just don't believe in that shit, okay? But still, yeah, it was something, okay? So it's like trauma. I don't think it's trauma, it's bullshit. But still, it's something, okay? So that went to the entire year until one day I was like, dude, there's one guy that is asking me a certain thing. I can't say no because I don't want to lose him, right? Don't want to lose anyone. I said yes, I lost 1 year of my life. That's what it is. I said yes, I got suspended from 1 year of college. Look, but when I was alone, nobody was with me. All of the friends that I made, they were not with me. When I was crying, my mother was crying, everyone that I knew was crying, and it was a horrible time. Nobody was with me. So that gave me the conclusion, okay, that it's fine to lose people. And that's it. Just it's totally fine. And which gives you'll be like, okay, so what if everyone and lost everyone? You're gonna make other people. Like everyone wants to make friends, especially in this world with social media and everything is a little bit not so connected. Everybody wants to make friends. So probably it's easy to just go to someone and be like, oh, you know what? This is what I think. Do you want to become my friend? You'll be like, sure, dude. But I wouldn't say you do it that way. I would say you do it on a strategic. It's as if you're finding a partner because he is. Your friend, I don't believe like in finding friends because I think it's just part of the process. But I think it's looking for potential partners or potential employees that you will hire. So you're looking for talent, not only people as meat and soul. You look for what are their interests, what are their great at, what are their experiences, what is their mentality. And also because we started this from Think and Grow Rich, what are their vibration? What are their thoughts, their unconscious mind, their energy? Do you hate them when you are with them? Can you stay with them without feeling that there is a literally contradicting force of energy between you, which happens all the time? Like when you go into a room, someone you hate him just because you look at him and you're not feeling comfortable with him, that's because probably he's not good to be your partner or anywhere near you. Because your thought vibration are so different that you should not be together. But however, there's some people that you look and you're like, dude, I just love this guy. I have no clue who he is. Because probably the chances are that your vibrations are both the same, that they can flow together or something like that, okay? And the thing is, like, when I started reading this and Think and Grow Rich, I was like, dude, what are you talking about? It's fucking true, okay? So, and the thing about it, how you can really know, is that you have to trust your unconscious mind. And the way you do it is you have to train yourself to actually trust your unconscious mind. So in these situations, when you look at someone you like him, probably you should go to him. And probably that will be the best connection of your life. Just like happened 3 years ago with that guy that was just filming. And you know what? I was like, this guy is great. We felt like the vibration were awesome. Boom, he's the best connection in my life. Okay. So here I tapped into more than one aspect. Okay. And I think there's a few steps that you can actually learn from how to win friends and influence people. As an example, remembering people's name. It's awesome. Like for me in my life, I always do this when I go to a certain thing when I have to make papers or have to do paperwork or stuff like that, where there is huge lines, where there is few unfair advantages that if you get, you can save a lot of time, you can save a lot of energy, and you can save your mental state. So I just remember the names and I don't ask them usually, except if it's if you have this conversation that at first I'm like, what's your name? Then he's my name. That's the best thing. You don't want to ask their names at the end of the conversation. It's not so good, right? In fact, someone did it to me yesterday. I met him. Imagine, we made an appointment. I met him and I was walking with him and he was like, remember me with your name again? I was like, Samir. That's not my name. And the crazy thing, a few minutes later, he asked me again, what's your name? I was like, it's Samir. And he started calling me Samir. I'm not Samir. And that's something that I dislike. It's like, at least if you're gonna meet me, at least know my name. Okay? Okay, that's awesome. So this trick actually helps me a lot, because the next time I'm gonna go do that paperwork in that institution, I go there and I'm like, my dude. It's like, let's say his name is David. David, what's up? How are you doing? And most people are not, like, they don't really give you that thing that say, who are you, dude? Because they don't give a fuck. They're not going to be uncomfortable. They just want to say, yeah, of course, dude. How are you? How are you doing? How is your family? It's like those generic questions. So it's better than being uncomfortable and be like, who are you? I just don't remember you. Who are you? It just saves a lot of mental state, energy, and just saves their time. So most people would be like, oh, sure, I know this guy from somewhere, so I'm just gonna play with it. And I just, it's fine. Like, dude, how are you? You're looking good today. And if I really, because I have good memory, I remember. It's like, he's wearing a new watch, as an example. I was, dude, you're wearing a good watch. This watch is awesome. You just bought it? He's like, yes, dude. It's not so good, He's being humble. But I know that he will not lie to me and give me some bullshit reason just to get rid of me. And he was really he was real with me. It's like, you know what? The guy that will make you this paper, he's not actually in. So probably if you go this time, you come back this time tomorrow, it will be so awesome. You will find him and it will be banger. Better than just do this. And I'm like, dude, this is awesome. So all of these just helps you to make better connections. And most importantly, it's just not the volume of connections. You need volume to know which are the people, but not to invest it. You can just say hi. You can just look at someone, where he is. How is he wearing? What is he wearing? Stuff like that can give you a lot. And most importantly, the thought vibration from the Think and Grow Rich. It's so important, dude. Okay? You don't feel good. Don't make the connection. Trust your unconscious mind, dude. It's so fucking real. And you have to do it. Now, as I promised, you have crazy knowledge now about connections. You can actually just go there and literally conquer the world. Subscribe.